Hey everybody, this is Hobbs here with a commentary video of North American Sun Attack. This is my first commentary video, and yeah, just a bit to know about myself, or a bit for you guys to know about me. I've been playing FPS games for a long time, since I guess CS 1.6 came out, although I'm not exactly sure when that is. I think somewhere in the late 1990s. I've been playing since I was 6. I think I'm 15 now, so do some basic math. That's 9 years. I moved around from a couple games, from CS 1.6 to Combat Arms, Crossfire, now to Sun Attack. I don't really know why I quit CS in the first place. Looking back in retrospect, it was probably the worst idea of my life. I'd rather just stick to a game I completely suck at and make myself, or maybe possibly go somewhere in a couple of years, rather than move to a game infested with hackers, buggers, glitchers, and whatever and get nowhere. But it's too late to change now. So, now that you know a bit about me, I'm not sure. This is my first commentary video. Catch me in a cross-counter game. It's the sniper-only map. And I'm just going to set this straight up right now. I am not a very good sniper. I'm a decent one at best. And the only reason I have so much success in this map is because of the map it is. I cannot snipe for my life in any other map. Be it depot, warehouse, wherever, you will not see me with as high as a score as I will obtain at the end of this game. What I like to do in this map is, depending on what side I'm on, blue side to start with, I usually do what I do right now. I just peek this little crack and just break it consistently, because I know people will continue to go back, and I'm pretty sure I'm a pretty decent breaker when it comes to that crack, so I don't really have much of a problem there. But I don't know if this happens with you guys, but I can only break decently and then run to one side. If you, for the rest of the video, if you see me break there, I will always, like, break to the left, I guess. But that's not my strong point, but when you see me go up into the middle crow's nest, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, you will always see me breaking to the right after I take a shot. I think it's simply because of my finger layout, because, yeah, right now I'm breaking to the right. Well, I will be whenever I go back. But whenever I break to my right, I always have my button, I always have my fingers set on D, because I want to move to my right, obviously. And then it just makes more sense to me to double tap Q, and that's pretty easy. But when I break to the left, I have to hold down my A button, and then moving whichever finger to Q, it's kind of awkward, so I have to move two fingers to 3 and 1, and I'm not really comfortable doing that, so I guess that has something to do with it. Couple seconds back, I guess, you saw a pretty decent looking 180 kill, where I pistoled the first guy, then proceeded to no-scope the second. It's a really useful button that I think is underrated in this game, and it's a really cool feature, actually, because instead of twirling your mouse around and hoping to get some retarded no-scope or quick-scope or whatever the fuck, you can actually just spin 180 in one smooth motion. And then, just a tip, from what I know, there is no recoil on the first 3 shots after you 180. So if you're using a rifle, you might want to run 180 like when you come out of long or something. So yeah. The main thing I think about sniping is that, to be honest, it doesn't matter how accurate you really are. Because if you watch me, I miss a lot of easy shots, but I'm still able to maintain a pretty decent score. That's just because I know what's going on most of the time. As you will see, it's just most of the time somewhere in this video. But most of the time I know what's going on, and I know where my enemies will be. So I just choose to pre-scope that one area, just wait for them to come into my crosshair, then get a couple easy kills. You don't really have to play aggressive in a sniping style in this game. Although you can, because the no-scoping in this game is ridiculously accurate. But what I choose to do is I just choose to, even in clan wars, right, I just sit in one area, be it 3mm crack or ladder connector, Kyokja, whatever you guys want to call it. I just sit there and I wait for someone to cross by, and then I pick them off. I don't force myself into a situation that I'm not comfortable in, like jumping into someone's line of fire and then just hoping that I have better reflexes than they do, because more often than not, I'm going to lose a fight like that, simply because I'm not a very good sniper. As you saw right there, that's something I should have picked up. My teammate in front of me died, and then I didn't realize where he died from. And then I got gayed. Yeah, as I was saying, sniping doesn't really lend itself to accurate shooters in this game. Well, I guess it does, but... Oh, I just got a text message. Anyways, I would rather be a sensible player rather than someone who just runs around and shoots like a retard, because in the long run you would rather have a player with decent sense play than someone who has no idea what the fuck they're doing and can still shoot. And right here it's just a complete fail on my part. I sound played him coming in and I had no idea what the fuck to do, because first of all he would be so close to me anyways that I wouldn't be able to quick scope in time. So I tried a hard scope shot, obviously failed. Generally, when I play this map, I like to start off with the sequence I just did. I'll run to the right side, pre-scope that little crack area, and just get a couple kills before running off to the side. And then what I'll do is, I'll make my way into the middle, and then I'm actually like really comfortable in the middle. Like, I'll just stay there and get like 8 kills in a row oftentimes. That's just a really sick no-scope 180 right there. Although it wasn't a 180, it was more of a mouse 180, but still, I thought that was a pretty sick kill. That was another quick no-scope. Quick no-scope. To be completely honest, I don't know what I'm doing right now, because I usually won't go for the picks right there. It's not something that I'm very good at doing, so it's something I'll try to avoid most of the time. This is what I enjoy doing the most, because I like to pre-scope, and I think my reflexes are decent. My accuracy might not always be on like 100% because the mouse I'm using is a piece of shit, but I just quick scope into a certain area that I know where people will be, and I just click and then run, and I'll get a couple kills like that. As you can see, I can't really hit easy shots. Apart from going to the side, I also like to rush the middle, because to be honest, there's no way they can really stop that most of the time, and I'm trying to get this guy in the tree, or what the fuck he's doing. Yeah, a couple easy kills because no one has any idea what the fuck is going on. Shouldn't stay in the open like that ever. I hear a guy coming in, and then just gets away from 2 of us. Just a complete fail. Yeah. I'm just waiting for him to come back so I can possibly get a gay knife kill, but I realize he's right there after he takes a shot. You hear him. There's a huge knife fest going on right there with an ambush member. He's laughing his ass off. He's like, ah, these kids suck. I'm from KSA. That's another thing I want to point out. Just because someone's Korean doesn't make them unstoppable at this game. And I hate it when people do that. They get a decent score, and you just ask them, it's like, hey, you're pretty good. And they're like, oh, I'm from KSA, I'm Korean. No one asked you if you were from KSA or Korean, and to be completely honest, no one gives a shit. I'm not from KSA. I am Korean, but that honestly has nothing to do with how good you are at a game. Your ethnicity does not base your skill on a game ever. I just really hate it when people do that. It's pointless. I know a lot of Caucasian players that are pretty decent at this game, if not better than most of the Korean players on this server. The only reason that Koreans have an advantage over Caucasian players is because, obviously, they played more games than we have with KSA and shit. So, it's not really fair to say that they're born better than us, but they are more experienced, and that's potentially why they're better. Their ethnicity has nothing to do with it. Well, thanks for tuning into my first commentary video, and I'll be sure to post some more during the break. Peace.